Most simply, a force is a push or a pull. So a push is when one object moves another object away from it or repels it. A pull is when one object moves another object towards it or attracts it. Objects can be pushed or pulled in different ways. There's contact forces, so this is where objects must touch each other to exert a force. They can be touching directly or indirectly. So here we have an example where an object's being pushed and there's direct touching here. And here's an example of a push with indirect touching. So the man is sweeping the leaves indirectly through the use of the broom. In this example of a pull, she's directly touching the bow to change its shape. And in this example of a pull, it's indirectly touching because the man is exerting force on the car through the rope. We also have non-contact forces. So this is where two objects do not have to touch each other to exert a force. For example, we have gravity, magnetism, and static electricity. Sometimes it can be tricky to work out if a force is a contact or non-contact force. So in this example, the wind or air is actually a contact force, and it's pushing against the sail to make the boat speed up. We can see forces in action by the way they affect an object's motion. So forces can make an object change speed, can make it speed up or slow down. It can make an object change direction, or it can make an object change shape. Here are some examples of how forces can change the speed of an object. So in this example, the dog is pulling on the lead, and this force makes its owner speed up. In this example, the boy's foot kicks or pushes the ball, and that makes the ball speed up. And in this example, the rider squeezes the brakes. This makes the brake pads push against the wheel, and that causes the wheels to slow down or stop. You'll see here that in these diagrams there's these arrows which show the direction of the force. Here are some examples of how forces can change the direction of an object. So in this case, the ball has been thrown towards the batter. The bat hits or pushes the ball, and the ball changes direction. In this example, the ball has been coming towards the ground, and the ground actually pushes against the ball to make it change direction. So you can have a push even though an object's not moving. So the ground doesn't move, but it still creates a push effect. In this example, the ball's been thrown up in the air, but gravity pulls the ball down, and the ball changes direction. Here are some examples of how forces can change the shape of an object. In this example, the rolling pin rolls, which pushes the dough, and the dough changes shape. In this example, the hand squeezes, which is a push, the ball, and the ball changes shape. And in this example, we have a pull force where the fingers stretch or pull the elastic band, and the elastic band changes shape. Pushes and pulls often work against each other to change the speed, direction, or shape of objects. So in this parachute example, gravity, which is a non-contact force, is pulling the parachutist down to the ground in this direction. Air is a contact force, and it's pushing against the parachute to slow it down. Now you'll notice in this diagram that the gravity arrow is a long one and the air resistance arrow is a shorter one. That means that the gravity force is stronger than the air resistance force. In this example, we've got the space shuttle and the rocket boosters push the rocket. The force needs to be larger than the pull of Earth's gravity. This allows the rocket to speed up. So gravity is pulling down on the rocket, but when the space shuttle is out of Earth's gravitational pull, the boosters are released. Sometimes a push and a pull are the same strength. This causes the object to stay still or keep moving at the same speed and in the same direction. So in this example, we've got these two puppies who are pulling on the rope with the same force. When they're doing that, the rope's going to stay still. So, over to you. What examples of forces can you find?